Hey everyone, Jesse here, back with another video. This time we'll be talking about the possibility of UFOs and aliens underneath the sea. Now, if you've been researching this field for a while, you know this is nothing new. For a long time, there have been rumors of bases off the coast of California. And again, if you've been into the subject for a while, you've heard it on places like Coast to Coast and other shows and articles and forums online about the supposed bases that the Navy has been surveilling now for a while. There have been whistleblowers in the past and other accounts that seem to suggest that something is going on underwater. There's even been a book written about it called Undersea UFO Base, an in-depth investigation of USOs in the Santa Catalina Channel, which I haven't read personally, but it says here that it goes into over 70 cases of UFOs over the water and also more than 70 cases of USOs in the water from a wide variety of military witnesses. Again, I haven't read this book, but it could be an interesting read. And also, if you remember, Commander Faber's story of the Tic Tac UFO encounter actually happened about 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. Now, this subject has had a resurgence lately, as on the internet, people have been posting about this Nat Geo photographer, Mr. Lou Lamar, claimed to have an encounter with some highly advanced beings while on assignment. Here you can hear it from himself in this short video. Let's take a look.
I think in the ocean I have come across potentially beings from another heavenly body that are more highly advanced than humans. My name is Lou Lamar. I'm an underwater director of photography for National Geographic and for Ocean X. I've seen giant deep sea arachnids, venomous sea snakes far offshore with bright yellow heads, deep ocean volcanoes, meet some sort of hyper advanced aquatic alien creatures inhabiting the shallow waters, which almost look like stingrays.
Now, all we can go by is what he said, and really there's no more information on this. This whole thing has been kind of pumped up from these few quotes, and I haven't found any elaboration on his accounts. It's up to you to decide. He really never says why he thinks these creatures were, so advanced. These statements from Mr. Lamar are actually not new. They're from 2019, I believe. You may be able to correct me on that, but at least 2019. And this has made a recent resurgence online. Not really sure why. But another much more new story comes from Hawaii, recently published in January 3rd, 2021, where it says residents of Hawaii were left baffled this week after spotting what they believe could be a UFO falling into the ocean, prompting some to call the police. Basically, a few people on the island claimed to see a UFO that was about the size of a telephone pole flying very quickly and silently, and seemed to have either gone into the ocean or touched the ocean or something to the effect. Here's a little snippet of one of the videos a witness took.
I don't know what it was. This one was going so fast.
The journey ended less than 3 miles from where it began, on Farrington Highway in front of the Board of Water Supply building, after the object appeared to drop into the ocean.
Or the going land in the water, whatever it is.
Now, as usual with many cell phone videos, you really don't get to see much. What you see is pretty blurry and really unclear. But an eyewitness account paired up with at least a video like this, gives it some kind of credibility. There was obviously something there, something flying, something blue. What it was exactly, we can't tell, we don't know. It was nighttime, and it was taken by a cell phone. So, who knows if it was actually a craft or what it was. The point is, whatever it was, it actually was there, and there's video of it. On a similar theme, recently on Reddit, there was a post that was actually deleted because the original poster shared too much personal information on the people relevant to the story. Now, this is one of those stories where somebody tells it for a friend that heard from a friend. So, take it with a grain of salt, but it's still very interesting, and if true, it's kind of fascinating. Basically, what was told to the friend was from a person that worked at the NOAA in a department that was going to be, I think, downsized, and she was going to be losing her job. So she decided to share her information because she knew she was going to lose her job anyway. And the story kind of goes like this. Back in 2012, the NOAA was sent to investigate some beached whales that had cylindrical chunks of meat removed from them, and what they noted was that the incisions used seemed to have laser-like qualities. That got their attention, and as they investigated, the Navy actually gave up some information on what they thought could have been the culprit. The story here says, long story short, we found irrefutable evidence of an advanced humanoid species living under our oceans. Using the multi-beam sonar, we found their dwelling areas and also what appeared to be underwater vehicles of some kind. These creatures themselves have been tracked by the Navy over the course of 2 weeks. It also says that the creatures displayed speeds of up to 70 plus knots faster than a sailfish, which is considered to be the fastest creature in the ocean. The lady said that the Navy actually had in their possession footage of the creatures, which wasn't shared with them. But basically, the person described them as not looking real, looking more like some kind of computer animation, that they had some kind of glow around their entire body, that they moved really fast. Even the small movements, like their head turning, was at a very high speed. They went on to say that they did not have any kind of fishtail and they were completely humanoid and extremely thin and tall. Their bodies were covered with some material resembling some kind of elemental mercury that looked like it was moving. They said that the creatures they saw varied in sizes, but otherwise looked identical. Their eyes were completely white, they didn't have any visible hair, and they didn't seem to have any features that implied they were male or female. They also had no visible ears, and their mouths were very wide and lipless, which is weird because, you know, with their mouths being wide and lipless, you'll run into some articles that say underwater aliens. And, you know, when you think of an alien, you think of your typical alien, your gray, or, you know, if you go even further in, your mantis or Pleiadian or, you know, your Nordic, and none of those aliens have wide mouths. So this is something when it comes to the UFO field, which is basically new, most possibly not alien, but actually some kind of creature that has always inhabited the earth, or that maybe, you know, decided to come down and evolve underneath the water. Who knows? Going back to the story, it says that the craft were being observed via sonar and were very large, and that they seem to move extremely fast underwater, faster than anything really should be able to move underwater. She goes on to say that the Navy basically has all the hard evidence, and that this information is actively being covered up by every lettered organization and by our military. She goes on to say that other nations are aware of these beings and that there are probably some videos out there that have been mingled in with some doctored stuff to, you know, make it lose some of its authenticity as part of some kind of disinformation campaign probably. They go on to post some coordinates of where this stuff happened. Here they are, as you can see. And that's basically it for that Reddit post. It's pretty interesting, you know, it's a story. One of those things that you read and you take in, you put it in the information vault to later cross-reference it with another story. These type of stories for me are fun and they keep me interested in the UFO and alien subject. Lastly, let's go over this video that some presume to be part of that NOAA video that someone leaked of these underwater creatures. Let's take a look. As you can see here, they are thin with long limbs. There's no apparent neck or head. I'm guessing maybe they have short necks and their head is very close to their body. You really can't tell much. It's a dark video. It's very short. It could be anything really, but in the context of that anything, it could be a plant, it could be something completely fake, or it could actually be a creature. This could actually be a real video. That's up to you to decide. And that'll do it for this time. I hope you found it interesting. Normally we look up to the heavens for aliens and UFOs, but what if under the sea there's actual creatures that are just as advanced as the ones coming from space? And that's it for our video. So what do I think of this whole thing? Well, I'm a UFO guy. I do believe that there are craft that come up from space and go into the ocean, as kind of confirmed by Commander Fravors' story. But do I think that there's been alien-like creatures living deep inside the ocean all this time? That, I don't know. But hey, maybe we'll find out more in the future. Let's keep our eyes open, let's keep our ears perked for some more information, and let's keep having fun in this field because we love the UFOs. Till next time.